In regards to our veterans, this is in memory of many and in honor of all. A mother and her boy. On Memorial or Decoration Day, however you want it said, I went to a little country cemetery to remember and honor my dead. Way down in the corner, an old lady stood. She held to a walker, doing the best she could. To bend and place a rose over a grave, I walked down to see if I may assist. The closer I got, I heard this. I loved you, son. You'll never know how much. I know you love me, for that's something everyone could see. As soon as you turned 17, you raised your right hand, said, I do. You felt an obligation. I know, because that was like you. You made your dad and I proud. We worked hard just to keep us all fed. By other standards, we were poor. For you, we wanted more. We wanted schooling and knowledge. You said, but Mom, there's a war. I kind of know how you were feeling. You tried to tell me one night. You said, where do you think this country would be with no freedoms, no law and order, no democracy? You said you were more than willing to fight so that we can remain free. And Mom, I'll bet there's a whole bunch more that feels just like me. Your dad and I signed the papers. Now, they say you're a hero. Your dad and I always felt so. I'm just glad you were mine. Most have forgotten what for this great country you did. Very few, if any, ever come this way. I just want you to know, I not only remember now, but I remember each and every day. Though there was sadness in her eyes, you could see pride. I turned away, so my tears I could hide. I walked on over, said, Ma'am. She turned, looked at me, said, did you know my boy? I said, no, ma'am, but it would have been an honor and joy to have known such a fine and brave young man. And yes, ma'am, I do know and am thankful for what he did for this land. I told her if there's any way to help, I would. She smiled, said, that's mighty kind of you, but I'll make do. She says she does her best to be here each year, but my steps are getting feeble. From my eyes, I wiped a tear. I walked her to her car. I again offered my help as I walked her down the road. She said, no thanks, I'll carry my own load. We said her goodbyes. 2 weeks later, I read in the newspaper she died. She was buried beside her husband with her boy by her side. I made myself a promise. Each year I'd come around, I'd place a rose on her husband and son's grave, but I'd place a dozen roses on her piece of ground. When I reflect back today, I think of that mother and of the millions of sons that have fought and died for our rights and freedoms. I say this prayer. Thank you, Lord. May there be no more war. Thank you, Lord, for letting me live in this great country, for letting me be free. And thank you, Lord, for mothers with all their wisdom and joys. And thank you, Lord, for men like that mother's boy. Help me to be grateful evermore. May God bless America. Thank you.